Yo, what's good, ILB TV? This is Coach Meach, and today we are going over 7 drills that you can do by yourself to help take your game to the next level. Let's dive into it. So with our first 2 drills, we'll be training our handle. With drill 1, we'll be doing our punch pocket. So you want to first get a nice and wide base and get nice and low. With this wide base, you kind of want to think like a defensive stance where your feet are outside of your shoulders. What you want to do next is make sure you pound the ball hard right inside your frame. You don't want to dribble outside your foot or directly down the middle. You want to dribble right on the inside of your foot. Pound that ball hard. After you pound it, you want to pull the ball back. Make sure your hand stays behind the ball. You never want to put your hand underneath the ball because now it's a carry and that's illegal. What we want to do is pound the ball hard, pull the ball back to our pocket, keeping our hand behind the basketball. After we do that, we punch it right back into the same place and we just repeat it from there. So with the second drill, we're going to be stacking 2 skills on top of that same punch pocket we worked on earlier. So what we want to do is get into that same base where our feet are outside of our shoulders and we're nice and low. We're going to first perform a turn dribble. So if the ball is in my left hand, my hand is turning slightly over that basketball and I'm going to push it out. I want to make sure I dribble the ball first. So the ball has to hit the floor first. After it hits, I'm going to lift to the side or skip to the side. So once I dribble, skip to the side, I want to make sure my feet land first. When my feet land, then I want to punch the ball as hard as I can, pull it back to my pocket. On that pocket, I want to split my feet at the same time. I want to split wide. I do not want to split long. I want to stay having that wide base. So remember, after I punch that ball, pull the ball back to my pocket, split my feet at that same time. From there, I'm getting into a speed stop exchange behind the back. So from that pocket, I'm stepping with my inside foot first, dribbling with my left hand. Then from there, my second step would be behind the back at the same time. From here, all we're gonna do is just retreat, dribble back to the same spot. Now the ball is in my right hand. We're going to repeat it on that same side. So I'm gonna turn dribble, lift to the right, make sure my feet land, punch, pocket, split, get right into my speed stop. So I dribble right hand, inside step, behind the back on my outside step, and I just repeat the same thing from there. So with these next 2 drills, we're going to be training our finishing. With this first drill specifically, we're going to be working on our ability to finish while we're in the air. So I want you guys to kind of think about maybe jumping in the air, creating contact while we're in the air, getting that foul, then finishing. So creating that and one type of situation, or maybe even jumping, putting that ball nice and high, getting that defender to jump, and then going underneath and then putting some spin on the ball, working on our English finishing, kind of like Kyrie, and getting like a reverse layup. Or we can work on those small push shots that are right in front of the rim. Maybe if you're like a post player or you're a small guard like Jalen Brunson, trying to get a shot off nice and quick right in front of the rim and you don't have the ability to use the glass. So what you want to do is first start off on pick a side, throw the ball off the backboard. What you want to do is jump, meet the ball in the air. Once you jump and grab it, then you can just finish right off the backboard, making it nice and easy. If you want to work on those Kyrie layups, you can pick that same spot, throw the ball off the backboard, make sure we're grabbing it in the air, bringing it down, switching it to the other side, and then working on that English finish, that up and under on the other side. If you are a smaller guard, kind of like Jalen Brunson, you can get right in the middle, throw the ball off the backboard, same thing, meet it in the air, now just slightly push it up, working on that small touch shot, so go straight in, not using any backboard. If you really want to push your finishing ability and try to finish like Kyrie, what you can do is get in front of the rim, throw the ball off the backboard, catch it nice and high, but now instead of finishing with your right hand on the right side, what you can do is grab it, turn your body to the inside, and then finish with your left hand on the right side or your right hand on the left side. So what you want to do for this is making sure we're grabbing it in the air off the glass, but when we turn to go on the inside, you want to think about your pinky turning in. We don't want to twist our hand out because that's going to put a weird spin on the ball. We want to grab the ball nice and high. As we're turning to the inside, your hand follows you and we twist our pinky in. So with the second finish, we're working on finishing off the high glass. So if we're getting to the paint, that helps side defenders coming over to block our shot. Now we're getting it above them, but still using the backboard to make our shot easier. How we want to set this drill up is we want to first get into the slot. The slot is just the middle between the top and the wing. So think about lane line extended. We want to get into a nice athletic base, triple threat, rip. We want to take 2 dribbles to get all the way down here. From here, we want to come to a jump stop, making sure we're staying outside this lane line because the help side defender is coming over to meet us. So we need to stay outside this lane line, come to that jump stop. When we finish, you want to float that ball nice high, finishing above the top of that white square. That will ensure we're using the higher part of the glass, and now we can toss that ball, kiss it off the glass, and it can drop straight in. So a second shot you can add to the same drill is a hook shot. You want to get lined up in the same spot, right in the slot in between the top and the wing. You want to rip as hard as you can, staying outside this lane line. On your hook shot, you want to make sure you extend your arm outside your body, so now you can get it away from the defense. Finish nice and high. You want to make sure you kiss it off the glass above the top of that white square. So these last 3 drills are designed all for shooting. Each 3 of these drills has a specific focus in mind. With this first drill, we're training our dribble pickup to get into our shot. So it's our crossover add-on drill. What you want to do first, get nice and low with that wide base, perform a pound dribble, but then after that, you perform a single crossover. It can be in front, between the legs, behind the back, whatever it is you want to do. Let's say you go between. From there, you pick it up, get right into your shot. You have to make it. Once you make it, now you're performing a double crossover. So get nice and low, 1 dribble, 1, 2, double crossover, get right into your shot. After you make it, then you go on to 3, then 4, all the way to 5, right? This drill is training your ability to pick the ball up in different ways every single time getting into your jump shot. This is throwing variety at your dribble pickups. You don't want to train the same crossover and then pick it up the same exact way every single time. Sometimes that's good for you, but sometimes you got to throw that variety at you. So now you're training it with 1 crossover into your shot, and if you make it, you're getting right into a double. So now you're challenging your jump shot in a different way almost every single time because you're going from 1 to 2 to 3 all the way to 5 crossovers. So with our second shooting drill, we're going 2 pull-ups with the catch and shoot. What we're training here is our ability to take different shots from different spots, but still be able to knock shots down. In the game, you're not going to get the same shot every single time. So you might come down, get a shot in the left corner. Your next shot might be a mid-range pull-up on the right side. So what we're doing is training through variety, being able to still knock shots down. So how you want to get set up is pick a spot on the floor. Let's say you're at the top of the key. Your first shot is going to be ripped to the right, shooting a 1 dribble pull-up. Your second shot, getting back to the top of the key, shooting a standstill, shot 3. From here, your third shot is ripping to the left, shooting a 1 dribble pull-up. Now there go your 3 shots, 2 pull-ups, 1 catch and shoot at the top of the key. An easy way to manipulate this drill though to meet your need or your level is maybe you want to go 2 out of 3 at each spot. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can do this drill all 5 spots and go 3 for 3 at each single spot. So you can change this drill to make sure your needs are met at your level. Our last shooting drill is +1, -1 starting at 7. Your whole goal is to try to get to 0. What you're gonna do is get set up on any spot on the floor, roll the ball out to yourself, catch and shoot. Once you make it, you subtract 1. Like I said, your goal is to get to 0. So if I make my first shot, I'm going from 7 to 6. If I miss my first shot, I'm going from 7 to 8. So the whole goal of this drill is to work on your consistency. You want to go from 7 to 0 as fast as you can. But you will notice as you're going through this drill, you might hit a little slump. So you might miss 3 or 4 shots in a row. You need to be able to stay mentally focused and locked in and not worry about your misses and stay focused on what you have to do to start knocking that score down. It's the same thing in the game. There's a whole bunch of outside stressors that you have to block out and stay focused so you can keep hitting shots.